Hello, everybody. Welcome to the fourth lesson of Brazilian Portuguese. Today, we'll be learning more about the accent marks and how they are used in words such as avô and avó. And you'll see that this makes a lot of difference when we are speaking Portuguese. Let's go. The first question is, why do accent marks matter in Portuguese, guys? Well, you have listed here the reasons for that. They change pronunciation, as I said before, avô and avó. Just to remind you, avô with this closed sound in the O means grandfather, and avó with this open sound means grandmother. So you can see that it changes a lot in terms in pronunciation and meaning. They define stress with syllable is strong. So whenever you see this, especially the acute accent, you'll see that that will be the stress syllable. Sometimes they change the meaning of words, as I already told you. English doesn't use them, but Portuguese requires them. Let's go to these things here. Portuguese has 5 main diacritical marks. So diacritical marks will be the accent marks, okay, in a more formal way, linguistically saying. We've got this acute accent. No, this is the symbol of it, in which you can see in like a café, café. This e is open. It's not like an English cafe. It's e, all right? Café, which means coffee. Open sound. Whenever you see this acute accent, we have an open vowel sound. This is important. If you see the circumflex, which looks like a hat, at least when we are kids, it's very common to say, oh, it's a little hat, you should put in the vowel. So this little hat, it's the circumflex, and you add in words like avô, grandfather. The sound is more closed, okay? Important too. Don't confuse the open with closed vowel sounds. So acute accent open, circumflex closed, avô. Then we have the tilde. The tilde appears in Spanish, as we were speaking in the last classes, like in the end, you know, when we have español. But tilde in Portuguese doesn't appear in consonants, okay? Important to say. It's not like Spanish, we use tilde in vowels. For example, in the word não. Não, remember the humming sound? Remember the humming strategy to use to pronounce this? It's like, you're humming, and then you use a vowel. Try to open your mouth while you are humming. So we have the sound of não, which means no in Portuguese. This is a nasal sound. That's why we have this idea of humming with a vowel sound in the middle of this humming, okay? We also got the grave accent, which is in the opposite side compared to the acute accent. Grave accent is called a crase in Portuguese, crase. And this happens when we have the article of a word together with the preposition of another word. For example, let me just, I think there's an example right here. Let me just show you this, guys. Yes, I will advance this part with you. It's used with a feminine preposition plus article. For example, vou à escola, which means I go to school. It's like this. Quem vai, vai a algum lugar. In English, we could say something, who goes to a place. So I will say, I go to the gym every day. You don't say I go gym. And this necessary complement for the verb go, which is in Portuguese, ir a, go to, something like this. Okay, I'm trying to make the correspondent thing here. So who goes to some place. Quem vai a algum lugar. These two, as well as it's necessary for the go, we have the a, which is necessary for the ir, go in Portuguese. And if this a meets another a, which is an article, not a preposition anymore. For example, I say the apple. The apple. The apple in Portuguese is a maçã. A maçã. Before the word maçã, before the word apple, there's an article that precedes it. This article is a feminine article. It's so interesting because in English we don't have this differentiation. Like it's just the, a, n. Okay, but in Portuguese, these articles are divided between female articles and male articles. It's like o, a, os, as. But in English, it's pretty much easier. It's just the. But in Portuguese, we have this difference. Because of this, when this female article meets the preposition of a verb, it's not only go, okay? It's not only ir. We have other verbs that require the preposition a to. Whenever these two as, preposition and article, meet, we have this crase, this accent that you can see, okay? Then the grave accent. That's why you should put a with grave accent, vou à escola, because, so, vou a algum lugar. So I go to somewhere, someplace. And then this place is the school. If you eliminate this the and put in Portuguese a escola, you can see we have this of the verb go together with this which is an article that precedes the word escola, school. When you join these two, you have the grave accent. Is this okay, guys? Of course, this is more me and my my crazy habit of saying of course all the time. This is something that it's important to know, basically in terms of writing, okay? In terms of speaking, it makes no difference. It's not something that you should memorize, because if I don't say like no, it's not like Chinese in which you have the tones. This is like pretty much the same if you say with this in terms of speaking, or if you say like with the acute accent, it doesn't change the a. However, when you are writing things, it makes a difference, especially in formal situations, okay? Sometimes even the regular people, they don't know how to use the this accent, this grave accent, the crasi. Well, then let's get back here to the cedilla, which is the last one. In Portuguese, we say cedilla, but in English, cedilla, which is the C with a kind of, a tail on this part under it. We have this cedilla only in the C, okay? We don't have the cedilla in other situations. And then the C sounds like an S. For example, coração. It's not coracao. Whenever you see the cedilla, you'll say like an S, coração, which means heart, right? So we have these 5 accents. Let's see how they appear in some examples, like the acento agudo, acute accent we use in all the vowels. Remember, this side is, we use this for the right side. You have to write in the direction towards the right, because if you compare to where's the grave accent? The grave accent is to the other side. It's written to the left. And I mean this, to the left, because usually we start from the downward point and go upwards. It's not the opposite, I wish I could, let me see if there's a tool here so I can show you to draw, because I want to show you how do we draw this. Just a moment, guys. Let me see, we have shapes. Oh, perfect. Then usually we write things like that. Let's suppose I have this letter A. Oh, this is so bad. I want this like a thicker. Hold on, guys. I'm learning here how to use the PowerPoint. Okay, this is good. So let me just put the letter A right here. Okay, it's kind of hard. Yeah, I will do it. I will do it. I can do it. I will insert. Okay, I have to insert many shapes here. Then shape, another shape to the other side. Oh, you're kidding me. Yeah, they're kidding me. We need to put the sticker every time. I don't like it. Okay, I'm putting like letter A, everything just to show you, just to exemplify things to you. Let me just put another now. Insert shape. Okay, letter A. What I want the sticker. Okay, this is a letter A, right? Let me try to move this. I'm moving things here so it's better for you to see, guys. Letter A. Usually when we are writing, like handwriting, it's very common to, now you'll see. First hand, where is the shape thing here? And then I will use the most common accent, which is the acute accent, is the most common one. Take a look at this position. I'm saying that we use this towards the right because usually we start, where's the shape? We start in the bottom and go to the right, like that. Let me put it thicker, like this, okay? Then when we use the crasi, the grave accent, it's the opposite. We move it. Now I just want to copy and, no, wait. Yeah, copy and paste. I will not delete this. Let me leave it here for you to see everything. Copying, pasting, copying, pasting. Then, oh, we have shape, right? Where are they? Okay, formatting here. And the thick one. Good. Now, if you want to use that specific situation where you go to school, vou à escola, and then you have to use the grave accent, you get this, you start from the bottom and go to the left. You know, there's a song of Beyonce called To the Left. No, it's irreplaceable, actually. You should start saying to the left, to the left. So this to the left is the way we use the crasi. Okay, guys? Basically, this is it. I don't know if you could, I mean, of course you could do it. Try to reproduce this on a paper. I think it's a nice way to practice. So to the right, we have the pretty much common acute accent. To the left, which is not so used, it's more formal, then it's the grave accent, okay? Going on, where were we? Okay, we have the agudo, we have these vowels. Usually we start from the bottom to the right. We have open and stressed vowel sounds. Let's repeat. Repeat after me. A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. If you just say the vowels in Portuguese, the sound is the same, like a E, O. Same sounds. Of course, in some words, they won't have the sounds. Okay, unfortunately, no. For example, I can say that, oh, my dog has so much hair. My dog has so much hair. This word hair for dogs in Portuguese is pelo. Meu cachorro tem muito pelo. The translation is meu cachorro tem muito pelo. My dog has so much hair. Pelo, you can see. Oh, but the letter, this is the vowel E. Why do we say like E? There's no explanation, guys. It is the way it is. But if you see like a word with this. And let me think about, yeah, this is perfect. In English, we have foot. In Portuguese, pé. So if you see this accent, this will be 100% pronounced as an open sound, pé. But if you don't see anything, it's like a mystery. You don't know exactly. It could be pé, it could be p. And so only in practice you will be learning this, okay? So pelo. You can see that the o is not pronounced as o either. So pelo, pelo. Let me give another example. Oh yeah, this one is good. The color rosa, which is pink. Rosa. And it has the same sounds as in the vowel sounds, but there are no accents. Then it's something that only in practice, only when you listen to people speaking, only when you watch things, listen to music, this is something that we learn on practice, okay? But if you see the accents, you can be pretty sure that you have to pronounce the whole thing in an open way. Then we have more examples here, like café, até, avó. Can you repeat, guys? Café, até, avó. Great. Let's go to the circumflex. We have this hat. Then this is used in these vowels, A, E, and O only. Okay, not using U, not using U, not using I. So the pronunciation is E, O. It's closed. E, O. Okay, this marks a closed and stressed vowel sound, such as in avô, você, pêssego, pêssego. So avô means grandfather, você, you, pêssego, peach, the fruit. Then listen and compare. Yeah, if you see, for example, this você and you pronounce like você, if you forget that's closed and you say você, this doesn't exist. Maybe people will be able to understand you, but it doesn't exist in Portuguese. Você. It's just você. You should pay attention in these marks when you read a word, okay? Going to the tilde, in Portuguese is tio. We have this cute accent, at least I find it very cute, used on A and O only. So we have the sounds and okay? Creates a nasal sound. And we have examples such as não, mãe, irmão, pão. Right, guys? One more time. Não, mãe, irmão, pão. Then não means no, mãe, mom, irmão, brother, pão, bread. Then let's compare mão versus mão, which means hand. And just for you to see, não with N means no. Mão with M means hand. Oh, it's pretty similar, but different words, different letters, I mean. Mao, a Chinese thing, I don't know, Mao tu, Mao ti, and mão is the hand. We don't have this word like this in Portuguese, even though we have a similar word with a similar sound. Two actually, which is mal with U and mal, same pronunciation with L. Mal, mal. This is like good. Other good. I'm sorry, guys. I'm crazy. This is bad, okay? Both are bad. Both mean bad. However, this mal is the opposite of bom, which is good. And this mal is the opposite of bem, which is, oh my God, wait a second. which is well. All right, clear? But if you see Mao with O and without a tilde, that's wrong. Unless it's the name of a person, a Chinese person. Go to the grave accent. We already saw this in the first moment. We need preposition, a verb that requires a preposition, feminine, female preposition, a, and this comes together with a complement, a word that has an article preceding it, which has to be a too. So this is just for feminine nouns, just for female stuff. Well, we already, went through this. Let's go to the next one, the cedilla. This is only used with the letter C. Sounds like an S before A, O, U, A, O, U. We have the words coração, açúcar, braço. Can you repeat, guys? Coração, açúcar, braço. Okay, this is never used before E or E or I, because they already sound like S. If you see, for example, você, bacia. If you have the C before E, C before I, it already has the sound of S, so it's not necessary to put cedilla. Você, which is you, bacia, which is, how do I say that in English? It's not a bowl, maybe a bowl, a kind of bowl, okay? Let's put it like this. Then we have this minimal pairs, pares mínimos, when the accent changes the meaning. Like avô, grandfather, avó, open, grandmother. Pode, pode, so, pó, open. We don't have accents, pay attention here. It means can. Você pode entrar. You can enter. You can come. So, pode. But we have pode. So see the difference? Pode, 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 pode. This pode close sound is in the past. Você pode entrar. You could enter, but nowadays you cannot enter. So this could in the past, referring to the past, is like the pode. Okay. We also have saw, only, the meaning so. This doesn't exist. Saw, so. You need to say saw if you want to refer to only, okay? Then, well, we already are talking about that. If you pronounce something in a different way, it could generate a mistake. Maybe people will misunderstand you, so be careful, watch out when you're talking, when you're speaking words like that with accents. Let's do an activity, guys. In this part, you can, just pause the video and fill here what's missing, what accents are missing in these words. What can you remember? Try not to come back to check. Try to do it right now with your memory, with what you learned so far. How would you complete these words with the correct accents? After that, now play it again, the video. Let's check. We have the word café, which means coffee. Café, then there's this acute accent in the E, café. We have coração, coração. We have a cedilla. We have a tilde in the A, and the O stays the same. Let me just highlight this. Coração, heart in English. This is tricky. This could be avó, if you're referring to the grandmother. But if you just say, oh, what have I done? Let me just copy and paste. But if you're referring to the grandpa, you should use the circumflex. Avô, acute accent for grandma, and the circumflex closed sound for grandpa. avó, avô. Then we have the word no. In English, we need the tilde. In Portuguese, não. Não. Remember the humming sound together with the vowel. Now we have mine. Tilde again, the letter A. This means mom. Mine. It's kind of similar if you think mom, mine. You just, instead of saying in the end, mine. You put a vowel in the end. We have você with the circumflex, which means you just one person. Because if I say you more than one, we have vocês with S in the end, but just one person, você. Okay, guys, did you get everything right? I hope so. Let's see, we have cultural curiosities in Brazil. Did you know, guys, that some names in Portuguese use accents like José, João, Luís? This is super common, and these are very common names, to be honest, especially the José. José, João, Luís. And these accent marks, they always need to be used. If you have a name with an accent in Brazil, if you don't use it, maybe it could have you could have a problem with your document and etc. Then in official documents or international systems, accents often disappear. This is so funny because one of my surnames is Gonçalves. Gonçalves. Remember the cedilla here? But when I went to United States, my flight ticket was like Goncalves. Goncalves, because it's not part of the alphabet, the American alphabet. So it's very common to lose these accents when you go to a different country that doesn't have the same letters that we have in Brazil, in this case. So José becomes José, José. It depends a lot on the pronunciation of the country too. João instead of João. Then this could create confusion in pronunciation and meaning. Sometimes we have the kind of translation from our names to other countries. For example, João in English is John. José in English is Joseph. Joseph. Luis in English is Louis. We have correspondent names too, but of course it doesn't change our current name. Maybe this is just for the conversational aspects, but not for a document, not for official situations. You need to use your correct name, but depending on the country, you won't have the accents anymore. Going to the last part. So just to recap, guys, we learned the 5 main accent marks in Portuguese, which are acute accent, circumflex, tilde, grave accent, crase, and, well, I forgot the other. Jesus Christ, what's happening to me, guys? I'm getting out. Cedilla, the cedilla. We saw that they changed pronunciation meaning. I showed you some examples. You completed that activity too. And you could see that this makes a big difference in names and other words in Portuguese. Do you have any questions, comments, guys? Just, drop your comments here, leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to click the like button so I can record more videos like this and continue our Portuguese course, okay? So, see you next class, guys. Bye-bye.